Hey everyone, Reverend Sarah from St. Paul's in Paris. I hope you're doing really great today. This is a quick Tuesday check-in today. We have a couple of things coming up I want to remind people about. First is, I've been saying it for the last few weeks and you know the answer already, February 19th, our annual general meeting. We want to make sure folks are coming out for that, so please RSVP either on our event on Facebook or by calling Karen in the office to let her know or emailing. The second is our next Soup for the Soul lunch is coming up on Thursday, February the 23rd. This is a free community meal. It's for anybody in the community, not just members of St. Paul's. And it is just an opportunity to have some conversation and share in a meal together. It is, donations are welcome but not necessary. And it is at noon on Thursday, February 23rd. So spread the word and come on out for that. That's it for announcements because I want to jump right into a quick reflection on our chapter from Alphabet of Faith this week. We have a chapter that is the letter P, which stands for pandemic, poverty, and privilege. And I really appreciated this chapter because we noticed quite quickly at the beginning of all these lockdowns, and can you believe in about a month's time, it's going to be a full 3 years since that time began. We really noticed during these last 3 years, and especially at the beginning, the disparity in socioeconomic status and how hard hit people living in poverty were during these times of lockdowns and restrictions. And also during this time when those things were happening, around the globe, poverty increased by a lot. The other thing that we noticed during this time was how much privilege there is in the world. And people of all different socioeconomic statuses had different levels of privilege. And even people who don't consider themselves wealthy, well-off, or rich, if you will, have privilege. We all have some level of it. And so what I was talking about on Sunday was when we talk about privilege, it's not meant to shame anybody for the things that they have, their possessions, their home, the car that they drive, or who they are. But we are called to check that privilege every once in a while and just see how are we sharing our abundance or the things that we have that are easy for us that we could share with other people. How are we sharing our love, our care, our concern, our pursuit of justice with the world when we check our privilege? I got thinking about this game that I used to play with youth group, or it's kind of an icebreaker game for youth groups, or when I worked for the Go Project and as a team lead, and we would have all these youth from across the country meeting in one space for the first time to do 11 days of mission work together. And as a way to get people to know each other and also just kind of check the privilege in the room, we would have this game called the Line game, Line, line. And we would literally have the youth line up against one wall of a room, facing the other side of the room. And we would start asking them to step forward when we would offer some statements. And so I just want to do a little bit of the line game and get you to check your privilege a little bit. So these are get to know you, but they were also some interesting ways for us to notice the disparity amongst certain people. I identify as male. I identify as female. I identify as a gender other than male or female. I was born in Canada. I was born outside of Canada. I plan to go to university or college. There is money available to me to go to university or college. I am white. I identify as an ethnicity other than white. I've been made fun of. I have witnessed violence. I have experienced violence. I'm afraid to walk home in the dark or even in the daytime. It's so interesting when we just look at very simple statements, how quickly it can help us to check the privilege that we might have in our own lives. So I invite you to just kind of take stock. take stock of the things that you can take for granted in your own life that would be considered privileged, and how can you help to share the privilege, the abundance that you have with others so that we can all feel loved and supported and cared for. These are the things that Jesus was asking and commanding of us when he said things like, love your neighbor as yourself. So let's just check that this week. And I know that's lots to think about, so I'm going to leave it there for you. And of course, my friends, wherever you are this day, I hope that you're safe. I hope you're well, and I hope I get to see you soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.